What is the most wholesome fact you know? The scientists got an answer to the question, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? Single quote. What is the answer? Yes. Quote. Egg. Dinosaur egg came way before the chicken. If you applaud your dogs, they start wagging their tails. If you applaud your cat, they think you're an idiot. If you applaud animals to catch their response, to make yourself giggle, to applaud yourself. Too much of a vicious circle. Don't I know it? Whales will bring their whale babies to visit their grandparent whales. So like a whale will have a baby. And that whale will have a baby. And the first whale will help care for the youngest whale. Penguins spend a lot of time looking for a pebble to give to another penguin to propose. If the other penguin accepts it, they mate for life. There is a not-so-wholesome side to that story. Female penguins prostitute too. They will sneak around, have sex with another male, and then take a pebble from its nest as a payment. Yikes. Still not as bad as ducks. What do? Some spiders keep tiny frogs as pets to keep small bugs away from their eggs. My favorite is the Christmas truce of 1914. Basically, during the Christmas Eve and day, German and British soldiers had multiple soccer games against each other in no man's land during the ceasefire. Just shows that soldiers are people and not extensions of their country's ideology. There's quite a few stories of German and British soldiers getting along. If you watch They Shall Not Grow Old, there's a few interviews where they discuss it. My own great-grandfather used to tell tales of pals. Note: World War II timeframe. Working on his farm and had nothing but good things to say about their work ethic. He gave them part of his tobacco ration so they had some home comforts. In the end, they were just young men put in an awful situation by their superiors and doing the best they could. Renton didn't leave Spud any money in the Trainspotting novel. Irvine Welsh liked the idea in the movie so much. He canonized it in the sequel. An octopus has a round head and squid have triangular-shaped head. Since the corona outbreak in the U.S., many animal shelters have seen a big uptick in adoptions. I really hope they're not discarded after quarantine is over. Some people adopt as a fad. Most sharks only bite people because they don't have hands and are just curious. Good day, mate, how are you doing? Just going to give you a nibble to say hi. Oh my god, your BY arm came off my bad. Ooh, that looks bad, are you okay? You know what, I'm just going to leave. Okay, so I circled around a bit, seems you haven't made it far. That's a lot of blood, mate, here I'll try to give you a boost. Let me just grab that thrashing leg. Oh come on, it's bleeding now too. You know what, I'm done with you bleeding all over my house, I'm just going to eat you to clean this mess up. Nothing against you. This is awesome. Would someone, maybe Australian, please voice over an animated interpretation of this? David Attenborough v2. I absolutely read it in Korg's voice from Thor Ragnarok. The Golden Girls is on somewhere. Red pandas use their tails as blankets to keep themselves warm. Certain types of male spiders, when they are trying to attract a mate, will pluck a tune on a female's web to get her attention. For Elise, come on Gerald. You're going to have to do better than that. Quote, I just imagined a spider playing Smoke on the Water. A train station in Japan had plans to close but noticed a student was the only one using it. They decided to close when she graduates from high school. Oh my heart. You can ride pigs in Minecraft. Penguins propose to their soulmate with a pebble. Bees dance to show each other where flowers with pollen are. Hole up, hole up. Did Steve say that was 4 shakes to the right and 2 to the left, or the other way around? Quote, oh Comey. Steve said we will be there in 2 shakes of a bee's leg. Just turn right at the next tree. Quote, Steve is a drone, he's dancing to show where the beer is while he waits to mate with the queen. Lazy big-eyed BD that he is. Sea otters hold hands when they sleep so they don't drift apart. That we will all die and won't have to put up with all the bullshit anymore one day. This too shall pass is rather comforting. In Germany, they have these frog fences. These fences keep the frogs from crossing the roads and getting run over. At the end of the day somebody comes by and gathers the frogs and helps them cross the road. My friends love me. The Netherlands sends Canada 20,000 tulip bulbs every year to thank them for their help during World War II. This is probably one of my favorite feel-good facts. Not only did Canada liberate the Netherlands, but when the royal family was being hosted in Canada during exile, the government declared the maternity ward extraterritorial so that Princess Margaret's citizenship would be solely Dutch when she was born on Canadian soil. Less than. Sniffle greater than. Once a seahorse finds a partner, they love each other for life. You can still find the Andy Griffith Show reruns on TV most days. Children who are deaf and raised by deaf parents will sign repetitive sounds and words at about the same rate hearing babies acquire language. Deaf babies basically sign goo goo gaw gaw the same way hearing children babble when developing language. My friends taught their baby basic sign language for hungry, tired etc. Baby learned quickly and was signing stuff before speaking. Sign languages are natural languages that evolve over time, form regional dialects etc. Echidnas have multiple PS heads but only one shaft. The beauty of nature. The best thing you can do for the environment is plant a garden. The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is now. Quote. No idea who said it. The Grim Reaper Michael Scott. When your cat narrows their eyes at you, it's their way of letting you know they care about you and are happy to see you. Learned this a long time ago. If you blink slowly at a cat, they see it as a sign of trust and friendship. Chances are they'll return the gesture. A cat handshake if you will. Also, before you pet a new cat, hold out your hand and let them sniff it first. They're much more likely to allow you once they have. Just not with orange tabbies. Mine used to take that as an invitation to climb up to my face at top speed. They have lowered the drawbridge. Siege. Quote. Cows have best friends, and when paired together, their heart rates are significantly lower and they experience less stress overall. Less than 3. Billy Joel never sells front row seats. Instead, he gives them away for free to fans who can't afford them. His was hands down the best concert I ever attended. He had this amazing conversational rapport with the audience. Sounded just like he did on his albums. Will Nelson's concert was just a bunch of dudes in the front row trying to be the most alpha. He was smoking a joint and blowing smoke, and then a bunch of dudes came down with their vapes to see who could blow the biggest cloud. He said he was tired of looking down at people who were just there instead of people who were genuinely enjoying themselves. Most humans are inherently good and willing to help you in any way. You've been helped by a stranger more often than you've been hurt. Online too. We just remember the bad ones. Why do we remember the bad ones better than the good ones? Because we're wired to learn the most through pain. A school test you failed hurts a lot and makes you study harder. Or a lost match that you could have done better in. A bad human social interaction hurts you like how burning your hand on a stove hurts. So you try to learn something from the interaction. If you don't find a simple, easy to digest lesson from your failure, you'll replay that problem before you go to bed. To stop those thoughts, analyze them and learn the lesson and then forget them. Having a neighbor wish you a good day or taking out your trash is nice and you might remember it a bit. But someone being a DK to you hurts for years. When otters sleep, they will hold hands with their friends and family so that they won't drift apart. You know when babies are smiling and laughing, but then they suddenly turn away. They're having a happiness overload. Basically, their brains can't handle all the excitement they're experiencing by what they see. so the only remedy is to just not look anymore. The quokka is probably the happiest animal alive. It has no natural enemies whatsoever. Though living in Australia. Fun fact. Quokka mothers do have a habit to throw their babies at predators in order to save themselves like the Karens they are. That dingo hungry. Y-E-T. Quote. A quokka. Probably. DN. Looks cute. Otters hold hands to keep from drifting apart while they float. One holding its baby on its tummy to protect it from cold was very wholesome too. Came here to say this one. Love me a good otter fact. I want an otter fact about them. They are too wholesome except for when they aren't. The voices of Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse got married in real life. Your PS is larger than at least 4 billion people's. Where are all these little men? There are 4 billion people shorter than 1 inch? Yep. Women. Squirrels will adopt abandoned babies. Good to know Azaria Chamberlain has a nice squirrel mum and not a dingo chef as was thought. Only to steal their new baby's nut hoard. I've read somewhere that cows have best friends. Some turtles can breathe through their butts. After a big dinner. So can I. There's a species of bees that sleeps in flowers called globe mallows. 2 were photographed cuddling, sleeping together as the surrounding flowers were occupied. Sound like that one bee was at an Airbnb. Haha. Ah, that's so cute. In New Zealand, if you need to call the emergency services, you can just ring the number you would use in your own country and you will get through. 911, 111 999. It is so that in a situation when you are panicking, you don't need to remember a new number to get help. The number of public libraries in the US is far greater than the number of McDonald's. The fact that libraries exist at all is the most wholesome fact I know. There's a place in your town, probably in a nice building or on a bit of prime real estate, that is given over to the idea of providing as much entertainment or education as you could possibly want. Free at the point of use. Paid for by the people and for the people as a collective space for the enjoyment of everyone. Rich or poor. Pretty much every country in the world has them. The only thing you need in order to be able to make use of this service is to bring the items back in a timely manner so other people can enjoy them, and people actually do it. Libraries are as close to the definition of a public good in every sense of the word as I can possibly find. As a public librarian, this warms my heart. BC, it's absolutely true. I love my job. Thank you for your service. What is your favorite book series? Somewhere in the world someone is recovering from depression. Can you even recover from that? I thought depression was a lifelong mental illness. I have depression and it doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. Recovery isn't about being cured, it's about learning to control your outlook and focusing on a happier life. Different for every single person, but recovery is very possible. I think so too. Depression isn't a disease that can be cured, but rather a way of thinking that can be changed. Sunflowers always look at the sun, but when it's overcast they look at each other. The voices of Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse got married in real life. Wayne Allwyn, the voice of Mickey for more than 30 years. Married the woman who voiced Minnie. Russi Taylor. Eating chocolate boosts your mood. You know why? The fat and sugar content in milk chocolate mirrors that of breast milk. Elephants find human cute. How do we know that? A study found the part of our brain that activates when we see puppies or kittens also activates in elephants when they see humans. I wonder if it's because they see us as physically vulnerable because we're so much smaller. In the same way we see baby animals as physically vulnerable. Cows have best friends. Penguins mate for life. Looking into your dog's eyes produces the same brain chemicals for you and the dog that mothers feel when they stare at their babies. Edit. And I'm pretty sure they're the only, or one of few, animals we have this connection with. Does it have to be your dog? I love dogs. But I hate my neighbor. When I look at his dog's eyes. Even I think the dog's cute. Sometimes I just wanna slap him. Not his fault. I just think his owner is FG stupid. Someone, while handling coral, discovered that when shattered, coral will grow back and mature at unprecedented speeds. This discovery has led to the very real hope that the Earth's endangered coral beds can be repaired quickly and efficiently. A lot of people think applesauce goes well with pork chops. I prefer potatoes. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more videos.